Hey everyone, it's been a while, but I am back, and today's video I'm sharing my updated bag collection. The last time I did one of these was I think last year. Since then I've added I think around 4 or 5 bags into my collection, so I'm very excited to be sharing those with you guys. And unfortunately I am also selling some bags. I know I have been saying that for quite some time now, but I think I'm finally ready to let them go. So if there's any bag that you see and you like, feel free to DM me on Instagram and adopt a new bag because they're looking for a new home. Without further ado, grab yourself a snack, a drink, and let's just jump right into the video. The first bag in my collection is the beautiful Louis Vuitton Alma BB. This is the My Wool Tour edition that unfortunately they don't produce anymore. So back in the days, online and in the boutique, you could pick out your favorite Louis Vuitton bag, and I think they did only have their classic style, so like the Speedies, the Almas, and you could kind of customize it yourself with stickers. And as you can see, I don't really have a lot of stickers on this bag. I only have one, and you do have to pick one, but like I said, I wanted something minimal, and it just says LV in black and white. So that is the only sticker that I chose for this specific bag. And the one thing that I really loved about the My Wool Tour edition is that you could pick the trimming of the leather. Now, as you guys know, the original Alma BB comes in fuchsia leather, the one with the monogram canvas. Now, I am not a big fan of fuchsia because you have to baby it. It's very high maintenance. So that's why I opted for the My Wool Tour, because I loved the look of the black leather with the monogram canvas. And another thing that I was obsessed with is that actually for this edition the interior is red. Now I do have an organizer in this, but as you can see, the interior is this cherry red color. Now the Alma BB is super versatile because it is a top handle bag, but it also does come with a crossbody strap that you can also wear on the shoulder. So there's so many different ways that you can wear this bag, and that's why this was my first luxury bag that I purchased myself. I love that the bag has feet, and there is almost no wear and tear on this bag, which is incredible because I've had this for I think almost 5 years. Now unfortunately I am selling this bag because I just have not been reaching for this bag in, I would say, the past 2-ish years. And as much as I want to be a collector, I really love to use my bags. So if I haven't reached out for this bag in a couple of years, I feel like it's time to say goodbye, even though it pains me a little bit. But I do know that there's someone out there who would love this bag and use this bag so much more than I do. The next bag in my collection is one of the most iconic vintage bags out there, and it is the Chanel Diana flap. It is in the beautiful beige color with still 24 karat gold plated hardware, and she is in amazing condition. There's basically no wear and tear, and this is how I store the Chanel Diana, with a little cloth and a little stuffing in there. The chain is still in very good condition. It is honestly pristine. You do not see any wear and tear, not even in the interior. It is very clean. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I do prefer the Diana flap over the classic flap because it is a single flap. So it is a lot lighter than the classic flap and a lot easier to get in and out of, and it fits so much more, even though this is the small size. And yeah, there is not anything bad that I can say about this bag except for the color, and that is one of my regrets with this bag. I wish I got it in a different different color. I wish I just got it in black because I found that I'm just not a big fan of light colored bags. I think they're so stunning, they're so beautiful. I mean, look at this beautiful buttery beige color. It is so stunning, but it just doesn't really work for me. Even though I wore this bag numerous times and nothing ever happened to it, and it still looks pretty much pristine, every time I do wear this bag, I just get a little nervous, which is completely unnecessary, but I think it's just kind of a mental thing. So that is why I haven't really reached for this bag, I think, in the last year and a half. So I am letting this bag go. It is such a stunning bag, and I would definitely rebuy this bag, only in a different color. Next in my collection is a bag from Saint Laurent, and this is the Mini Lou camera bag. I got this in black with gold hardware, and I did get this bag in Paris a couple of years ago. Now I do know that they changed the Mini Lou a little bit. I think the zipper pull is just like normal metal now, where it doesn't have the tassel anymore, and I actually prefer the tassel. I feel like it's such a cute detail on the bag, and it's very YSL, so I love that. This bag is such an easy and comfortable bag to wear. It transitions perfectly from day to night, and I love that it has a back pocket that you can actually put your phone in, and the interior is also leather lined, and it does have card slots on the inside. Now what I really like about this bag is that it has a beautiful gold chain, but it does have a leather part for the shoulder, so it's very comfortable. And this bag is super lightweight. It's a small bag, but it fits so much. I was actually quite shocked with how much fits in this little bag, and that's why I think it's also great for an everyday bag, not just a nighttime bag. Now I love a camera bag style because it's just no fuss. It's very easy and comfortable to carry, and you don't have to think about it. You just put your stuff in, you throw it on, it will look cute with any type of outfit, and I really love this bag. I just wish that I wore it more, so I think I'm ready to say goodbye to this one. The next bag in my collection is the Gucci Ophidia shoulder bag, and this is my favorite shoulder bag. I wore this to death when I first got it. This was actually my very first shoulder bag, and I didn't know what to expect because at the time shoulder bags were just kind of a trend, and I thought a trend that wouldn't last, but I still to this day love shoulder bags. I think they're one of my favorite bags to carry, to be honest, and it all started with the Gucci Ophidia. This is a great hard wearing bag that you don't have to worry about when carrying because it is, I don't want to say waterproof, but because it does have the coated canvas and the treated leather that is also a textured leather, I think this bag is pretty much indestructible. So whenever we would expect rain or bad weather, this is the bag of choice because it honestly can just withstand anything. And the condition of the bag is still immaculate. I do not really baby my bags, but or maybe I do, because a lot of people always say like your bags look unworn, and I personally don't feel like I baby my bags, but maybe it's because of the way I store them, or I still just try to like clean them. I'm not sure, but this bag looks brand new. Now the inside is canvas and it has a little leather pocket right here, and this bag fits a ton, which I did not expect, but I think because it's more of an east-west style, it's more elongated, and the base of the bag is pretty wide, so that is why you can fit so many things in this bag. It really is a perfect everyday bag, but I think because it's still small and a shoulder bag, you can easily wear this for a date night, for weddings, for more nighttime occasions. I love this bag so much, but again, I haven't been reaching out for this bag. I think with some of the other bags that I've added and just generally my other bags in my collection, I've kind of neglected this bag, and I feel really sad about it because it was one of my favorite everyday bags. But again, if I'm not using it, I don't just want to keep it in my closet to stare at, but I do want the bags to be used. So I am also saying goodbye to this one. So those are all the bags that I want to sell, and now we're moving on to the bags that are staying in my collection. And this next bag is actually one of my newest purchases, and this is the Celine Boston bag in the medium size. I already talked about this bag on my Tokyo vlog, and this is the bag that I bought in Tokyo as well. So it's very special to me, and I have been wanting a Boston bag, a Boston style bag. Now, I did not want a Louis Vuitton Speedy. Like I said, I am not a fan of Vachetta, and I also didn't like the Damier Ebene print, and Celine is actually one of my favorite luxury brands. I wanted a Boston bag from Celine because I love the way their Boston bags look. I think the tan leather from Celine is one of my favorites. It's so buttery, soft, and smooth, and I love the Triomphe canvas. I personally prefer the Triomphe canvas over the monogram canvas from Louis Vuitton, and I kind of love the features more on this bag. I love that the zippers go all the way down, which doesn't on the Speedy 25, and I also like the leather details here and the little crochet. I just really love this bag. I am going to film a dedicated video on this bag, so stay tuned for more details, but this is definitely one bag that I'm super excited to add into my collection. The next bag in my collection from Celine is the Triomphe in the medium size, and this is one of my favorite bags. This was my dream bag for the longest time. I think if I could pick only one bag from Celine, it would be this one. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I know this was kind of a trendy bag, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, but to be honest, I don't care if the trend died down or if people don't really talk about this bag anymore. I still love this bag. It is one of my favorites in my collection, and just look at this bag. It barely has any wear and tear, which, not gonna lie, I was really scared of because I felt initially that this was a very delicate bag because of the smooth box leather, but it honestly isn't. I don't have any scratches or any even indents on this bag. Now, this is what it looks like on the inside, and I do have to say that I am not a fan of the interior. Now, it is leather lined as well, and if you guys know, Celine quality is just stunning. Now, my complaints with the interior is that it has so much organization, almost too much, and I don't really need that in a medium-sized bag, to be honest. I personally would have preferred if it was just one big open compartment, or at least have maybe like one pocket, because I feel like it limits the items that you want to put in this bag. Sometimes certain shapes don't fit, even though this isn't a small bag, but because of the compartments, you can only fit whatever fits in the certain compartment. So that is not ideal. When it comes to the hardware, I don't really have any wear and tear. There is no tarnishing on the hardware at all, and I have worn this bag so many times. With the Triomphe hardware, you will get like these almost like micro scratches, but it's not like a scratch. I think it's just the nature of the hardware. It will get those tiny little scratches, and you will get a lot of those, but that kind of makes it not really noticeable, if that makes sense. And I think I would wear this bag even more if it was a shoulder bag, but at the same time, this is a bag that will probably never leave my collection. The next bag in my collection is the Louis Vuitton Papillon trunk, and this is my all-time favorite Louis Vuitton bag. I mean, it is truly a work of art. Just look at all the details on this bag. It definitely is like an art piece, to be honest, and I love this one so much. I did get this one in Paris, and it was a very memorable trip that I had with my parents, so it's a very special bag to me. Believe it or not, this bag is not only stunning, but actually very versatile and functional as well. Now, as you can see, you can wear it top handle or as a shoulder bag with the chain, and it does have 2 D-rings on both sides, and you do get another strap with it. It is a wider strap with the leather on the inside and the monogram canvas, so you can wear this as a crossbody bag as well, and then just have the chain as a little accessory, or you can even hook the chain on the other D-ring and have it as a little wristlet. And this bag fits a lot. I haven't even shown the interior, but this is what the inside looks like, and I know it's kind of an awkward shape, but it surprisingly fits a lot. And this is also one of my favorite bags in my collection. I think it's so unique, it's so different, but at the same time it still is functional and versatile, which is kind of a running theme in my bag collection. I just love having bags that I can really wear in multiple ways, and this is one of them, even though it doesn't look like it. But I do really feel that the papillon trunk is 100% worth it. The next bag in my collection is the Bottega Mini Jody, and this is a new bag. I got this a couple months ago, earlier in the year. The Mini Jody actually has been on my wish list for the longest time. I just never knew which size I wanted. I think initially I wanted the small size, which is now I think the new medium, so it is the bigger one that is more of a shoulder bag, but I don't feel like it's worth the price, and I feel like it is such an expensive bag. And I do love Bottega and Bottega quality. I do think their leather is one of the best in the luxury industry, but I just couldn't justify the price of the bigger one. So then I thought maybe the teen, but the teen is like that awkward size where it's not really a shoulder bag, but it's also not really a mini bag. And then I thought maybe I just go for the mini, and I did get this bag pre-loved for a very good price, so I'm really happy about that. I got it in the black colorway with silver hardware, and the inside is leather lined as well. And again, this bag took me by surprise with how much it really fits, because not gonna lie, this is really a mini bag. It is quite tiny, but it fits a lot, and it fits a lot for a mini bag, that is. Obviously, you're not gonna fit the same amount as in a tote bag, of course, but it actually does fit a small water bottle and a full-size wallet. I love the iconic intrecciato leather from Bottega, and this bag really adds so much texture into outfits, and I have so much fun styling this bag with almost everything in my closet, to be honest. It just somehow goes with everything, and because it's such a understated bag, it's quite luxury, if you will. And I know I'm late to the party, but I definitely understand the hype around the Mini Jody. You either love it or hate it, but I definitely love it, and this will stay in my collection for a long time. The next bag in my collection is also a new bag that I added this year, and actually one of my recent purchases. This one I got in Japan as well. This is the vintage Gucci bamboo, and it is such an iconic bag. This has also been on my wish list for the longest time. I love the Gucci bamboo. I think this is my favorite design from the House of Gucci, and it's so special that I got her in Japan as well. I did make a video on vintage luxury shopping in Japan, which I will link if you're interested. This bag is also in great condition. It is just amazing how some of these vintage bags just look like brand new, and I love the way this bag opens. So you just twist this bamboo part right here, and it has a beautiful cherry red leather lining with a zipper pocket, a slip pocket in the front and back. And I love the design of the bamboo top handle. I just love that it's so unique, and it's very quiet luxury for a Gucci bag. Unlike the shoulder bag that I have, it's very Gucci monogram. But this one is very, if you know, you know. I think most of the people wouldn't even know that this is a Gucci bag, to be honest. It does come with a strap, and it's a very comfortable crossbody strap. However, I just prefer wearing it top handle because of the bamboo detail. It's just so cute. That shiny box leather is just so gorgeous, and I truly love this bag. I also think it's a work of art, and definitely here to stay in my collection. Next in my collection is the beautiful Chanel Vanity Pearl Crush. This is also a new bag in my collection that I got from my parents on our trip to Paris. So a very special piece as well. Now, I always loved the vanity bags because they're so cute, and even though this is a small bag or a mini bag, it fits a ton. Now, this is what it looks like. It does have a mirror, some card slots, and then a big open compartment with a lipstick slot as well. And then one of my favorite details is the bottom. Look at this cute CC stitching. What makes this bag so versatile is the Pearl Crush. Now, the Pearl Crush makes it so that you can wear this bag at any length. You can have it as a top handle bag, a shoulder bag, a crossbody bag, and that makes it a game changer for this bag, because if you buy the vanity bag without the Pearl Crush, it's actually quite long and it doesn't really look as nice as a crossbody bag. I also really love the hardware on this one. It's more of that aged vintage gold. Now, this isn't lambskin, so it's not going to be as durable as caviar, but I personally prefer lambskin over caviar because I think it looks a lot more luxurious. It's so buttery smooth, and I think it's just way prettier than the caviar, in my opinion. Now, I don't really recommend Chanel retail prices, especially not for the classic flaps, but this one was honestly very well priced for a Chanel bag from the boutique. And of course, I did get it in Paris, so it will be more affordable than in the US. And I will be filming a dedicated video on this bag as well, so stay tuned for that. The last two bags in my collection are from my favorite brand, and it is Loewe. Loewe has the most beautiful bags and designs, but also quality. This is my beautiful Loewe puzzle, the original style, and this is in the color sand and mink. So this taupey color is sand, and this two-tone leather is mink. And if I could only keep one bag forever, it would be this one. This is the most perfect everyday bag, travel bag. Now, this is what the bag looks like. I have a dedicated video on this bag, so I won't go in too much detail, but this is actually my bag that I'm using right now, and it is stuffed to the brim, but this bag still holds its shape beautifully. It is still not heavy for this size of bag and all the things that I put in here. And it does have the back pocket, and the design, the puzzle design, it is just my ultimate bag. It is my favorite bag. It is very low-key, and the versatility, you can wear it as a top handle, crook of the arm, but then you have a adjustable strap as well. I actually like to have it on the shortest setting and wear it as a shoulder bag because I'm a shoulder bag girly, but you can also set it to crossbody, and the strap is so versatile because it has a lot of space in between the holes, so you can can have a lot of different looks with this bag. And I don't have anything bad to say about this bag. I've talked about it on my channel so many times, so it is still a 10 out of 10 and my all-time favorite bag in my collection. Last but not least, we have my Loewe basket bag in the small size, and this is surprisingly one of my other favorite bags in my collection. I think a close second to my puzzle, which is insane because this is just a raffia bag, but because I live in a hot climate, this bag is just amazing. It's not just a summer bag for me, but all year round. And I love a tote bag that is also a shoulder bag. And I think that's why I love this bag so much. First of all, it's a very easy to access big tote. And I do usually keep all my stuff inside the dust bag. And I like that the straps are wider, so it's very comfortable to have it on your shoulder as well. I've had it for a few years now, but it still doesn't have any wear or tear. And that coming from a raffia bag, I am very impressed. I love this bag so much because it's so easy to wear, and I feel like it's well priced for a raffia bag that is designer. Because most basket bags or raffia bags are in the thousands from other brands, so I don't think that's worth it, but I think that this bag is 100% worth it. I've worn this so much, even brought it on vacation with me, and I do put this inside of luggage. So what I do usually is I stuff it with clothes, and then I also wrap it with clothes, so that way it still maintains its shape. You don't want to just squish this in your bag because it will definitely damage the raffia. And this bag is just very comfortable, super lightweight. It almost doesn't weigh anything, and that's why I think it's so wearable, because even when you fill this up, I don't recommend stuffing it all the way to the brim with super heavy items because that will obviously weigh down the raffia. But even if I put a lot of items in here, I still feel like the bag is super lightweight, so I do feel like it's great for travel as well. I know not a lot of people love the raffia bags, but I think specifically in the small size, it is such a great bag, and to be honest, one of my best purchases ever. So I just love this one. It will never leave my collection because I get so much wear out of it, and highly recommend my Loewe basket in the small size. And those are all the bags in my collection. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, and if you're interested in any of the bags that I mentioned I'm selling, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!